Hi Leo, this is Samantha from Insights Tarot. I'm here to give you your general reading for the second half of February. So this is a general read for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Especially watch that Venus sign video, folks, if you're tuning into the ideas of love and matters of the heart, okay? General reading for the 15th through the 29th of February. General means that all these messages won't resonate with all of you. Take what messages do resonate and leave the rest, okay? So I have two decks of cards here, folks, because there's going to be two rows. Top row is going to be what's going on outside of you, and the bottom row is what's going on inside of you. What are you thinking and feeling? So without further ado, let's go ahead and pull some cards so we can get into this reading. Okay, so off the top, Six of Swords, Three of Cups. What are we moving away from? And what are we celebrating? For some of you. What else is going on around Leo? Temperance. So a need for balancing at this time. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Eight of Cups. Okay. Let's get that bottom row out so we can get a more full picture. What's going on in Leo's mindset? What are they thinking about? What are they feeling? So we've got the King of Cups. What are they thinking about? What are they feeling? Knight of Cups. So you're more emotional than not at this time. Five of Pentacles. And we got the Fool. The Fool as your general energy. Okay, Leo? So what's going on? Let's start with that top row, shall we? In general, when the Eight of Cups comes up, it tells me you're moving away from something that it might be all put together, but it's still not all put together. You're moving away from something that doesn't fulfill you any longer. It's not helping you stay on your highest path at this time. So even though it's not something bad, it's just not something that doesn't. It just doesn't fulfill you. Okay, so when I say you're walking away from something, for some of you, this is someone. I've got hearts here and I've got partnerships. So definitely could be walking away from a relationship, some of you at this time. One that felt toxic and heavy. And you're looking for a new start. It was a hard new start in love, right? And decisions to be made. So if you haven't already done it, it's on your mind to do it, okay? I feel like some of you are looking for a new beginning in love, okay? You're wanting to move beyond heavy relationships or toxic relationships, as well as toxic ways of thinking, behaving, and being within yourself. And I feel like if you are currently in a relationship that makes you feel like this, you're going to want to move forward. I think that if you are in this relationship, it's been difficult with the Eight of Swords, okay? Or it's difficult for you to move beyond it into something new. I think in general, for some of you, love relationships have not been easy. But lots of decisions to be made now. You're working through some very valuable lessons, and healing is definitely needed with that Ace of Cups. For some of you, it's somebody new you recently met that you're already thinking about changing things up with. For others of you, it's somebody new that you're wanting to meet. Maybe you have met them. Okay. At the end of the day, I feel, with what I'm feeling here, love is on your mind. And for many of you, it's romantic love. But the other thing is keeping your vibrations high and healing yourself seems to be on your mind at this time. Eight is 8 is my number of success, which indicates to me for this particular situation, walking away is probably favored for your highest and most, highest well-being, should I say, to keep you on your highest path, right? So you're thinking about new beginnings, and this could be a new relationship that you're wanting to walk away from. That, or it's a toxic environment, but you're definitely thinking about new beginnings in love. Okay, you're wanting to a new beginning in love. It's either within a current love relationship, or you're going to walk away from a love relationship and find another new beginning somewhere else. You've got lots of decisions to be made here, but it's not been easy for you. Lots of lessons to be learned. Lots of things to work through mentally, I'm feeling. For some of you, painful experiences that need to be healed here with that Ace of Cups, which is feeling very much right now for many of you that you're either in it or you're about to be in it, a period of great healing from whatever has happened in a relationship around you recently. You're definitely got your mindset on a new love and a new beginning here with the Three of Wands. So for some of you with that Queen of Swords, I just seen separating from a current person is on your mind. Not that you've physically done it yet, but if it's on your mind, eventually it's going to end up being your reality. So the Eight of Cups comes forward to let you know that you will be walking away from a person, place, or thing, environment, situation that no longer fulfills you. You feel that you can do better. The journey's not been easy, though, with that Ace of Swords. And definitely pay attention to your own thoughts, your own stuff at this time, Leo. There's some healing and some lessons that need to be worked through. Not only from what happened within this relationship, but from the past that have been triggered through this relationship. You're being called forth almost in the fashion of judgment. Judgment is about cyclical lessons. Whatever the lesson that was triggered, or whatever emotion was triggered, or situation was triggered through this relationship is what needs to be worked on and healed now, okay? Because it's cyclical. It keeps happening to you. You'll know if that's you because you'll recognize that something keeps happening practically the same way within many and or most of your relationships. So the Eight of Cups speaks to walking away, and the Six of Swords tells me, yeah, you're packing up your stuff and you're moving on to greener pastures. This is lessons hard learned, okay? Now, for some of you, I'm feeling movement. This guy, he's walking, he's taking a hike. This person's on a boat and they're moving. So for some of you, you're getting yourself out and about. You're shaking up your life. You're going to be out socializing. You're going to be out in the nature. You're going to be taking hikes. You're going to be going to the water, travel's highlighted or feels highlighted. Lots of movement, lots of social exchange, should I say. Lots of social exchanges and interaction at this time. I'm really feeling like despite all the changes in your love life, that you're basically remaining happy. You're working towards remaining that way, high vibing and happy. So, although you're emotional, I feel like you're grounded about it. Because you know what you want at the end of the day. And what you deserve. So, speaking of, okay, I was going to move off of this, but I guess I'm not. Six of Swords is also bringing out the idea that there are, well, I did already say that, lessons to be learned within yourself. But I'm also feeling like for some of you, it's forward movement in work. So some of you are moving away from the work you're doing now and you want to enter into something new. So your thoughts are on learning something new. Here with this guy here, he's obviously a professor or a teacher. So I feel for some of you, educating yourself is and learning a new skill set is on your mind. Moving on from where you are now, you're trying to better your life is what you're trying to do. And so you're thinking about, not that it's actually, well, actually, this is a movement card. So slowly but surely, you are actually taking steps to movement forward to bettering your career in some way. So it could be just on-the-job training for some of you, learning a new skill set. Okay. Some of you, it's going to be, it feels not like a replacement, but an addition to, in addition to whatever you're doing, you're going to add this to it. So, just sitting with the energy. So I really feel like, yeah, you've been thinking about moving forward also in terms of career steps, career foundation, and what's coming next there. I feel like you're being pulled to work more in the community and the society and in the eyes of the community at large. You want to work with people, or there are going to be a lot of people you do work with. I feel services with this 3 of Cups here. Okay, it's a lot of daily exchanges and interactions going on here. Like I said earlier, for some of you, it's just getting more social. Some of you are definitely forming new partnerships now. You could have met somebody new. If you haven't, there's a possibility of that. Okay? For some of you, it could be while you're out and about. Right? So, especially with the Knight of Cups below. Now, for some of you, it's invitations to go out. We're talking, for some of you, it could be date nights. You could be getting a call from your boyfriend or girlfriend. For others of you, I'm feeling it. Some of you, it could be even, can we hang out, or it's an apology. For even some of you is what I'm feeling. For others of you, it's like social gatherings, going out with your girls or your guys. For some, it's even more low-key, like getting together at a house and watching movies together, chilling out with Netflix or whatever, or sitting on the beach together with a bonfire, or in the, it's going to be different for different ones. If you just remember, there's a greater chance right now of invitations happening for you, socializing, and when it comes to work, you're going to be more seen, or at least that's the direction you want to get to, where you're working with more people one-on-one or being seen more by the community at large. Okay, so I really feel like for some of you, a new educational start, learning is coming up. Learning new things. So some of you might be going back to school, right? This is a movement card. So with it over this Knight of Cups, I really feel like whatever you choose to do is going to be very emotionally gratifying for you. Okay, you'll take all the knowledge and the wisdom that you learn, and you're going to back that with some knowledge from whatever program you choose to enter, and it's gonna boost your career as well as your confidence, and you're gonna get to help service the world in some new, unique way. That's beautiful. With Temperance here, I really feel like there's a need with Temperance for balance. Okay? And with it being over the 5 of Pentacles, I feel like emotionally you've got to get and stay balanced. And in terms of love, there's a need for healing and balance. So there's 2 messages. Now, the third message is healing yourself from situations within a love relationship. Okay? Now, it'll be different for different ones of you. Some of you are dealing with a breakup. Some of you are dealing with a conflictual situation. But this card is saying you're divinely guided. Okay? And this is a time that you need to stay balanced and get in touch with your angels and guides so they can help you move forward, right? So take the opportunity now to contact them and listen to the things and the signs they're sharing with you, right? The keys to forward movement when temperance come up are always cooperation, kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. So in terms of a relationship, if you're wanting to work through things, those are the keys. Again, cooperation, kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. So nurturing a relationship is going to be greatly is going to be very healing. And if that is something you want, I see it happening in a positive way for you at this time. For some of you, it's about healing yourself after the loss of a relationship, okay? So that you're capable of moving on. And for even others of you, possibly single, are needing to heal relationship wounds that have been with you a very long time, which I've mentioned earlier in the reading. Okay, so to work on that before stepping into something new. Possibility is very much highlighted for you guys to meet somebody new. Okay, there is somebody new. You're either dealing with somebody who's relatively new in your life, or you're going to meet somebody. For some of you, it's both. Okay. For some of you, it's going to be on-the-job celebrations. Okay, some of you are, you could be meeting somebody through work. But there is, for some of you, a reason to celebrate right now in terms of your work. You've either recently got awarded, or a plaque, or a letter of recommendation, or a letter of, not recommendation. Well, let's just say the higher-ups see you, and there's reason to celebrate. There's awards or promotions or bonuses, right? So that is also here in this reading. You're all about new starts now, though. Okay, so in general, that's what you're thinking about. You want a new start, but you're nervous, and you're having to fight some pretty convoluted or dysfunctional ways of thinking. Okay, with the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, I mean, we got a guy at a bar, and he's overanalyzing his drink, but he's not thinking clearly anyways. He's really fuzzy, right? And there's people around him that could help him, but they're not. And he's not asking for it. There's a lot of anxiety and stinking thinking going on. Okay? And you recognize it within yourself. You're wanting a new start. I know you're wanting to move forward. Okay? Into something. Now, traditional tarot, Six of Pentacles equals reciprocity within a relationship, right? Or in general, the give and take, right? So, I think you're wanting forward movement, but the mindset to which you're in right now, Leo, is going to prevent you from doing that. And it's actually a mindset that needs some healing with these cards present. This is your own toxic way of thinking and healing that was triggered by past events. These feel long time, especially with the Knight of Wands here. Something that's been with you for a long time. And it needs to be analyzed and looked at. And this is definitely the time to do it. So this is a time where healing yourself is highlighted, but healing relationships is highlighted. Okay, and movement in and out of new things also highlighted. The Knight of Cups. For some of you, it's a person that's on your mind. This could be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces man or woman on your mind. Or that you're learning these lessons from, because that's the Six of Swords. Sixes are all about lifelong lessons. But you could be thinking about leaving this person behind, and it does, you know, this doesn't have to be their sun sign, though it could very well be. But the Knight of Cups also says that you're also feeling emotional. Maybe you're feeling manipulated, or were within a particular situation. So you're moving on. The message is clear that you could be moving on from a particular someone who you were in a love partnership with, right? Now, moreover, it could be moving on from a situation within that partnership. So maybe you're not leaving. Some of you are leaving, but some of you might stay. Might want to work things out. That is a possibility, and I would bet my life that some of you are doing that. Definitely wanting to do that. For some of you, you're going on a date. You're gonna definitely be patching up whatever's gone, awry, because you feel you can and that it's worth it for you. Okay. So what these cards are indicating is that you're healing and moving on away from a situation that you knew was no good. But it's not, if this is you, recognize it's not just a situation, it's how you're both thinking about it. And there are things within both of you that need healing. So your special someone needs to work on their stuff, and you definitely got to work on your stuff. And then together, you work together towards your stuff together. So you got to work it separately as well as together. So action, wanting to take action is here with the Knight of Cups. So you're either giving or receiving action, or at least it's on your mind. You want to take action. You want to hear. I feel like some of you are going to hear from a certain somebody. That, or you're reaching out for them. You'll be touching base with them. I think a date could be in store for some of you in terms of love. I mean, it's very, very, very possible for some of you. For others of you, it's hearing from friends, family. You'll get invited to go out, and when you're out, you could meet somebody new. Who knows? That possibility is there, and I'm, again, willing to bet some of you that's exactly what has happened or will happen. Right? So, partnerships are on your mind, but also communication within partnerships, giving and receiving heartfelt communications at this time. So, you're thinking a lot about a certain somebody and wanting to reach out, or wishing they would reach out to you. And under the Three of Cups, that's quite the possibility. For some of you, it might not happen right away because this other person's tied up doing, it feels like, with obligations within friends or family here, because this stands for community or other people. So they're busy right now dealing with something with other people. But there is the idea of a reach out afterward. It definitely is a possibility here. Now, with the Five of Pentacles, this is changes, right? Love's on your mind. This is a card of Cupid, for crying out loud. Cupid and a heart with an arrow. This is healing your heart. Healing a love relationship. So changes in terms of your love relationships is on your mind. Are you wanting to make changes? What changes do you want to make? What's going on in your love relationship? Where do you want it to go? What's going on within you that's affecting your love relationship, right? Because the focus, if you want things to change in your love relationship, it's not really the relationship or the other person. In part, it's a lot to do with how you think and how you feel and how you emote and how you behave and what you believe. Now, when you add that all together, voila, the relationship. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't, the other person doesn't affect it. It certainly does, but you can't control that. I'm talking about the things you can control, right? And what you can control is yourself and healing yourself and your own actions, your own beliefs. So this is under temperance telling me that you're taking time to balance yourself, heal yourself. You're thinking about what it is that you want, where it is you want to go in terms of some love relationship. Many of you, this is romantic love, but for some of you, this is going to have to do with job stuff. A job you love, making decisions about where you're going and what you're doing there. Okay, could tie into the educational aspect that came in earlier. For others of you, this is family stuff or friendship stuff, right? Somewhere there's a specific situation or a specific relationship that has been highlighted recently in your life and you're trying to work through it. And this is where this is meant to advise. So take that as it is and apply it where it needs to be, but there's healing needed within a relationship and within yourself. Remember, balance and moderation. So I've got John Holland, Psychic Tarot for the Heart, Leo. Love to pull you an additional message. What is it that Leo needs to know about this situation? What's really important for them to understand or hear at this time? Some of you are moving on. So this guy's walking away, but he's walking towards the flowers on the beach. Flowers indicate happiness. So I'm really feeling like it falls on the Six of Swords. Some of you are absolutely moving on. But, let's back up a little bit here. Moving on doesn't necessarily mean moving on and away from, though I guarantee some of you are leaving a specific relationship behind. Others of you are moving on from a rocky patch within your relationship. You see all those rocks? You're moving away from a rough patch, a hard area, a rocky place. So a conflictual spot to something happier. Now that could be right within the relationship you're already in, okay? So for some of you, it's moving from one job to the next, or for others of you, it'll probably be moving from one relationship to being single. For some of you, it's staying in that relationship, but moving to the next chapter, working through and healing and mending. And for even others of you, I was just told this is spiritual. This is you working on yourself, working on and moving beyond the limitations created within you through prior experiences early on that traumatized you. So you're going to be working on that for some of you at this time, because they've been triggered, right? What else does Leo need to know? Nurture. So nurture comes out, and bottom of the deck is heal. So nurture and healing are definitely up for grabs at this time. Nurturing means to nurture yourself, but also some of you are nurturing a relationship or something important to you. You're wanting something to blossom and grow. So that's tagged in and tied to the work as well as learning new skill sets. You're wanting to birth something new. So you're nurturing it at this time. For others of you, that's relationship related, right? You're trying to work through a hard spot and heal something. Now, this is healing yourself, breaking the chains that bind you. You see that guy broke the chains around him, right? So there are chains that are binding you from early on experiences that traumatized you in terms of love. There could be issues with trust, abandonment, narcissism. It's going to be different for different ones of you that need attention and healing within yourselves at this time. For others of you, that's healing within a relationship. So you're not only healing yourself, but you're working to heal a rift in a relationship or a place that just needs more attention, more sunlight and water, right, to that plant that needs growth. Okay? And even others of you, it's just moving on and away from, to something better, something that's meant for to keep you on your highest path. It'll be different for different ones of you. I really feel like the overall vibe here is very positive, though, despite all these changes. You know, you're very much working on it. I'm not saying you're jumping for joy here that this is going on, but you're definitely not letting it drag you down. Okay? Okay, Leo, so those are your messages. I hope they resonate. Comment below. Let me know. And if you happen to like the reading, how I read, the style, the layout, hit the like and subscribe button. Love having you here. Love doing these for you. And I want to thank you for watching this reading. Definitely appreciate that. Hope you have a great day. And until next time, love and light always. Namaste.